everybody, welcome to the Joya channel. I am Joya and I do owe you a happy new year. Happy new year. Someone told me that if it's still in the month of January, you can say happy new year. So happy new year. There has been a lot going on. I'm recording this video on January 30th, 2025, but I'm definitely going to release it on January 31st, just to let y'all know that I did get a video in at the top of the year. But so what's happening right now in the world has really affected me. I've had to do some self-care, all of the things that's going on, the changing of the guards with the new administration. It's just been a lot going on, and I wanted to check in with you to make sure you're doing well as well. First things first, I really want to say, are we really canceling all of these brands? Really, y'all? What I want to bring to this discourse of the anti-DEI movement by the Trump administration and others, I really want to add this whole notion of what are we really fighting? What are we trying to dismantle? What are we disrupting here? Because boycotting Target, boycotting Walmart, Amazon, y'all, we got to find another way. A lot of it, and I'll go ahead and say it, and I don't know if I'm going to get some backlash, but it is fake outrage. I remember a couple of years ago, folks were saying, don't eat at Chick-fil-A, and Chick-fil-A lines are still way out into the street at many times of the day. Also, people were saying, don't eat at Houston's for a while because of the things that were going on as far as their dress code, and it was kind of coded as racial discrimination and things that people of urban culture would wear. But Houston's is still packed on any given day. So that's my whole thing. I want to make sure that we are channeling our energy and leveraging our power towards tangibles that can really work for the greater good. We're already under a conservative, I would dare to say, very extremist right administration. So how will we work that to our advantage? There have been policies passed under extremely radical administrations, and I believe that we can do the same thing if we all come together. I am positioned politically as a moderate, so I advocate for policies that promote my liberation, my survival, my progression, and also my moral values. So that is how I align. Whichever party is going to do that, that's the party that I align with to pass the specific legislation that will advance that state or advance us federally as a country. So now you know where I stand. So what are you offering as an alternative to this conversation? What I'm offering is, are we going to combat anti-DEI efforts with adversarial bills? Are we going to create think tanks and incubators for Black entrepreneurs, Black creators to be the top of the top and to be able to be the best of the best? So when it comes to anti-DEI efforts, it won't even matter because we are the best. Are we going to create other conduits that will compete with Amazon or Target or other streams? Because the truth of the matter is, when you look at the statistics of poor people in this country that can't even afford a $300 or $500 emergency, they will go to Amazon to solve problems. They will go to Walmart to be able to stretch their meals out for the entire week. They will go to Target to get diapers. You guys, these are a lot of brands. And all I'm saying is we need to channel and leverage our power into something that is tangible, something that will last beyond a 3-month or a 6-month boycott. I remember one time people were saying with Colin Kaepernick, we're boycotting the NFL. People still rock the NFL teams. People still have Super Bowl parties that are coming up in a couple of weeks. So what did all of that do? When you look at the 60s and the civil rights movements of the Hots and Montgomery, it was very specific. It was very granular what they were doing in that specific region, in that specific county. Mass boycotts do not work, because folks cannot get on the same code. The only thing that I think that did work was in the 2020s with George Floyd, everybody turned their profile picture black on that Tuesday that we were supposed to turn our profile picture black. That was very low-hanging fruit. I'm glad that we were able to get on code like that, but that was very low-hanging fruit when you talk about tangibles. you have to be able to offer an alternative competitive enough that an individual will choose your option, right? That's why everybody was going crazy over TikTok, because there's nothing out there right now that can compete with TikTok. This is what I'm offering. I hope you guys are opening up your heart to these types of conversations. I'm just trying to get the conversation going. On a lighter note, I definitely want to get into some Married at First Sight Chicago season commentary. If you guys don't know, I was selected to be a part of Married at First Sight. I have all the receipts, I have all of the emails from the producers, and it was a really fun experience. At the end of the day, they did present an option to me that I just could not accept, so I did decline to be on the show. But nevertheless, the show has been incredibly interesting. I'm glad that I have moved beyond that point in my life of wanting that type of whimsical avenue to get married, because when you really look at how Black women have been treated on the show, it has not worked in our favor. And it's very disheartening to see Black women be placed in struggle of, not only sometimes in real life, but also for the world to see. Those are conversations that we almost want to have and unpack as Black women ourselves, but it feels very exploitative that people are starting to see, what Black women may deal with in a relationship. Not all relationships. Some relationships are great. I know first season Love is Blind, we all love Cameron and Lauren. We all love Cameron and Lauren from Love is Blind. And to my knowledge, it's been really great. And it was another New Orleans couple, I'll just put them right here, that was really, that worked out really, really well. And I think that they are also still together. And then the couple with Bree and Vince, they were really good too. So there have been some good models, but for the most part, when it comes to Love at First Sight, that model just has not worked for a lot of Black women. This season, the standout kind of gross situation that is happening is with Ikechi and with MM. This couple has made my blood pressure rise. Not just on his side, it's more on his side, but also on her side. And that mirror back to Black women of, why are we accepting things like this? I think, long story short, when it comes to MM and Ikechi is not attracted to her. Ikechi may even have some personality issues that he's just not finding what he wants, because I know his mother said he's looking for a unicorn. And just a little tea for you guys, and I really don't care about the backlash because I have the receipts. Ikechi and I did have some banter back and forth when we were Facebook friends a couple of years ago before this experience. And from our conversation, it did look like he has some really unrealistic views about relationships. He put it out there like he wanted to be in a relationship, and there's a lot of guys that banter and pander to women, and they don't want to be in a relationship because they may have personality issues, narcissistic issues, and they know that's what it takes to get women temporarily, but in the long term, they cannot secure healthy, meaningful relationships that make you examine yourself, ask yourself questions. Relationships are really about you guys bettering each other. It's not about ego. It's not about keeping score. It's about knowing that both of you guys come to this situation flawed and really just getting rid of all of the ego and making the relationship strive and work. And that is something that I had to learn too when I was in a relationship, and even when I was on my way to being married and in premarital counseling, it really helped me better myself for my next relationship. But, 2025, I need you to take me out the game. Take me out the game, 2025. So just to wrap up the Married at First Sight Chicago, if you guys are not watching, please watch. That's definitely, I hope that on decision day, things unfold that not only help the couples that are on the show, but help the viewers who are watching that may struggle with relationship obstacles. So that's what I also think the show is for. But don't use my relationship to teach a lesson to people on national TV. So like I said, I'm really glad that I moved past that stage in my life of wanting to be a part of an arranged marriage or be a part of that type of social experiment. And this is actually exactly what it is for me. It would be a social experiment. Let's talk about the plane crash that happened mid-air between the flight from Kansas and a Black Hawk helicopter, and the tragedy that unfolds from mass killings. You guys, that hit hard, and I definitely don't want to be tone deaf as we talk about what's going on in our country. Those things are very unfortunate because people fly all the time. People fly for work, people fly to see loved ones, whether it be in the summer, during the holidays. It's just something that a lot of people can relate to. I'm not pointing the finger at anyone because I'm the type of person where I want to see how things unfold, and I want to get all of the information that I can possibly get to make an informed decision. But my heart goes out to each and every last family member that lost someone on the collision crash that happened in the air on that American flight. All right, guys, this was just a quick check-in. I hope this video was not too long, but just some personal updates for me. I'm still acting. I still want you guys to watch Superman on July the 11th. I do make a special cameo in that. Being in Atlanta is just so fun. You get to do so many creative things on the weekend. That's not just go to the mall or go to a house party or go here, but you can actually be a part of like productions. So I was able to do like part-time acting. We all know I'm a lobbyist, but I do part-time acting, and it's just been really fun to dive headfirst into the acting world. There's still a lot to learn. I'm a newbie. I challenge myself. I can't help it. I'm a Capricorn. I always have to achieve new goals year to year. But acting has been a goal that I've tackled that's been super fun. And I've had a lot of people to walk alongside me and say, hey, if this is something you really want to do this, do that. And I really can see myself growing. This year for me, since last year I reached so many professional highs, will be about finding the joy, right? Finding the joy. I was talking to one of my mentors and I would say, okay, I've been to the White House, like, what you do now? And she told me, you definitely need to celebrate your wins. You definitely need to think about sustainability when it comes to your work, and you need to cast vision for the next 5 years if you want your institution or your firm to last beyond you. And those are the things that I'm also doing. One of the other things that I'm doing, and I was talking to a friend last night, Christine, we were talking about pouring more financial resources into experiences than things. We can't take none of this stuff with us. We can't take a Birkin bag with us. We cannot take a Louis Vuitton purse with us. But what we can take and what we can remember when we're older in life are the experiences that we share, whether it be comedy shows, whether it be travel. I'm going to a retreat in Napa Valley in a couple of weeks, and I'm so glad. So I want to challenge you guys to also find the joy this year. I hope you receive this video with an open heart and an open mind. Like and subscribe to the Joya channel.